the show. I am your host, Tracy Timm, and you are watching the Nth Degree TV, the place to be to take your career from stuck to unstoppable. I want that so badly for you, and I know how much you do too, so I'm so happy that you're here today. This week on the blog, I am blowing some minds because we are talking about why job boards are the absolute last place that you want to be spending your time when you're looking for work that you love. Yes, ma'am, you heard that correctly. Over the course of my time as a career coach, I've come to the stark realization that if you hate your job, have no idea what you want to do, and wish you could figure all of this out before you turn 40, and you hate your life by then job boards, my friend, are not the place for you. Now, I should have known this sooner because this exact counterproductive behavior wreaked havoc on my mental and physical health for years before I figured out what I was doing wrong. There was one moment in particular where all of this just came to a terrible, miserable head. I was on a train from Washington, D.C. to Stamford, Connecticut, and I had promised myself that I would spend some time trying to figure out what I was going to do next in my career. Now, I hesitate to even call it a career because at the time, I was 25 years old and wasting away on a Wall Street trading floor. So I got on the train, I pulled out my iPad, and I went where any job seeker thinks to go when you're looking for jobs. Indeed. Fast forward 3.5 hours of scrolling and searching and scrolling and searching, and I'd become so anxious that I was just short of rocking back and forth in my seat and whispering children's lullabies to myself.
Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm!
All that work, all that time, and I had nothing to show for it. Zero. I quite literally had expected my dream job to just jump off the page, and instead I was left completely overwhelmed by the number of jobs that were out there, and yet simultaneously extremely underwhelmed because every single one of them sucked. Here's the deal. I don't have an issue with job boards per se. I just think that they are quite literally the last place that you want to start when you're trying to figure out your career. I came up with an analogy for this that I think makes a ton of sense and makes this whole counterintuitive idea sort of understandable. I call it the peanut butter problem.
Hi.
Imagine for a moment that you're a 17-year-old boy who's never been to the grocery store alone. Yes, I realize this might actually have happened to you, but in case it didn't, be creative. Okay, so on this particular day, your mother has asked you to run to the store just to pick up a couple things, right? Cue freak out if you're a 17-year-old boy.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No!
But you're trying to get on your mom's good side because you want to go out on Saturday, so you tell her, okay. Now, you get in the car, you go to the store, and you take a look at the list. Item number 1 is peanut butter. So you dutifully walk over to the aisle that says peanut butter, and just as you turn the corner, you realize this isn't going to be the walk in the park that you'd hoped for. And that's because in front of you stands an entire wall of peanut butter from which to choose. Now, you look back at your list and it still just says peanut butter. And you look up at the wall to see hundreds of other modifiers that you may or may not be familiar with. I mean, crunchy or creamy, that's pretty straightforward, but what about all natural versus organic? Or what about all of the different kinds of nut butter that are surrounding the peanut butter area? And holy crap, there has to be like 1 million different brands. How are you ever supposed to know which one is the exact jar that you were supposed to pick up for your mom? How do you know which one is the right one for you? This is the exact equivalent to visiting a job board without any clarity around the type of job that you want. Your personal grocery list just says job I love, and yet everything on the screen looks and sounds and feels different from what you were hoping for. And you have no mechanism with which to evaluate all of these choices. So even though you're inundated with options, you're completely paralyzed when it comes to making a decision, specifically when it comes to choosing the one that's right for you. As one of my clients put it, Before working with Tracy, I was approaching my job search in a counterproductive way. I would spend countless hours trolling job boards and racking my brain in the hopes that this dream job would just magically hit me over the head. Here's the sad truth, friends. Your dream job is not going to siren call you from the screen that you're staring at. It's not even going to whisper. And that's because it's lost in the cacophony that's created by all the noise and distraction out there that's vying for your attention.
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
So unless you go into your job board hunt and experience with absolute clarity as to the job and the role that you're seeking, then you're always going to remain stuck, confused, overwhelmed, and underemployed. So if you're looking for a better place to start that won't have you taking crazy pills and acting like a mental patient on public transportation, then I highly suggest the following. Take a couple meaningful steps back.
Do not walk away from me. Do not. You are not. You're doing it. Nick. You did.
And start by looking within. In the same way that having some standards around your peanut butter preferences can help you make faster decisions in the grocery store, knowing what you're looking for when you're on a job board will make that time finally well spent. So start with where you are in your life right now.
Who are you?
What matters the most to you? What are your core values? What do you want to learn next? What do you want to stretch towards? Who do you like working with the most? And when are you the happiest during the day? Once you begin to define these items that are core to your overall happiness and your general well-being in the workplace, then you can take that clarity and find jobs that are tailored to you and what you want to do, not the other way around. And of course, if you're struggling with the clarity piece, which honestly is the hardest thing for everyone, then stop trying to go it alone. Schedule a free clarity call with me by going to tracytimm.com/clarity. There you can sign up for a free hour-long call where we will figure out why you're stuck and the exact steps you need to take to become unstoppable again. But no matter what, even if I'm not involved, just promise me you'll think twice before you reactionarily jump onto a job board again, okay?
Got it, dude.
So now I want to hear from you. Have you ever wasted time on a job board yourself? And if so, what helped you gain the clarity that you needed to make that time more useful? I would love to hear about your career journey, so please leave a comment below this video. Also, you can get the discussion going on our sweet little space on the World Wide Web, tracytimm.com. So get on over there, get involved, and leave a comment to get the juices flowing. While you're there, make sure that you hop on our email list where you can receive our free guide that's all about knowing when it's the right time to quit a job that you hate. If you're watching this, it might be the right time. There you'll find the 8 essential questions to ask yourself to find out if it's time to finally take that leap and start doing something that you really, really love to do. Did you like this video? I hope so, because I loved putting it together in my new fancy studio. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out some other videos that you might find helpful. And that's a wrap for today. Remember, now is your time. And with a little bit of work and a little bit of help, I promise that we can take you and your career from stuck to unstoppable. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next episode of the Nth Degree TV.
You guys, I'm like really smart now. You don't even know.
What helped you gain the... Need to work out. That's it!